Good morning. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to morning news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and a Daily Tribune official on TikTok. For today's headlines. Speaker Bo GD denies claims that House members inserted billions into the DPWH's 2026 budget, calling the reports inaccurate and misleading. The 60 billion peso PhilHealth Reserve Fund was diverted to unprogrammed appropriations in the 2025 budget, helping to finance flood control projects now under scrutiny for corruption. The Department of Agriculture is facing renewed scrutiny after the Commission on Audit flagged thousands of questionable beneficiaries and project lapses in its 2024 audit report. The AFP reported a sharp drop in domestic terrorism, saying active militants nationwide have fallen from over 1,200 nearly a decade ago, just 50 today. The Office of the Ombudsman has ordered former Mexico Pampanga Mayor Teddy Tumang and other local officials to answer to graft complaints over the alleged overpriced purchase of a land for a new municipal hall and public market. The NGCP assured consumers that yellow or red power alerts are unlikely this holiday season, citing sufficient and stable electricity supply nationwide. The De La Salle Green Archers regained the throne after defeating UP in the UAAP Season 88 men's basketball tournament. Megan Young and Michael Diaz share first holiday plans with their first baby. Today is the 18th of December, and I'm Eliana Lacap bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. The Intertropical Convergence Zone, or the ITCZ, will bring cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms over southern Mindanao, with the risk of flash floods or landslides in areas of heavier rainfall. Meanwhile, the northeast monsoon will affect the northern and central Luzon, producing cloudy skies with rains and possible flash floods or landslides. The rest of the country will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms, with localized areas potentially seeing flash floods or landslides during heavier showers. Residents are advised to stay alert and follow local advisories. Now for our traffic update. Light traffic is reported at Balintawak Toll Plaza, Bukawe Toll Plaza, and San Fernando northbound and southbound lanes. Approaching Mindanao Toll Plaza, motorists may encounter an approximate 200-meter vehicle queue. All other areas of NLEX, SCTEX, and NLEX connector, including toll plazas and interchanges, are experiencing light traffic conditions. Motorists are advised to stay alert and follow traffic advisories for a safe and smooth trip. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. House Speaker Bo GD rejected reports that lawmakers inserted billions of pesos into the DPWH's 2026 budget, calling the allegations inaccurate and misleading. They said there were no secret additions, stressing that all items in the House-approved budget were openly vetted before bicameral talks. His statement came after the PCIJ report flagged large increases in the DPWH allocations for several districts, including his own. He emphasized that the bicameral conference committee's role is only to reconcile House and Senate versions, as lawmakers continue debating possible restorations or further cuts to the DPWH budget. Now, the 60 billion peso reserve funds in the PhilHealth, ordered returned by the Supreme Court, were allegedly funneled into unprogrammed appropriations used for the DPWH flood control projects, now under scrutiny for corruption. But Batangas Representative Leandro Leviste said the funds were transferred to the National Treasury in late 2024 and became part of the 220 billion peso in unprogrammed funds allocated to the DPWH, mostly for flood control. He warned the move defeated the purpose of standby funds, raised legal concerns, and may have fueled misuse. Leviste urged spending payments to restore PhilHealth funds without burdening taxpayers. Now, the Commission on Audit flagged the Department of Agriculture for thousands of questionable beneficiaries and program lapses in 2024. In the Rice Farmers Financial Assistance Program, 58,784 listed farmers were found ineligible due to non-farming status, unregistered status, landholding limits, or missing documents, while 48,020 qualified farmers reportedly received no aid. COA also reported 52 goat deaths in the Anglo-Nubian and Sain goat production project due to disease, malnutrition, and funding gaps. The DA vowed to tighten eligibility checks and ensure proper funding for ongoing programs. Now, the Armed Forces of the Philippines said domestic terrorism has sharply declined, with active militants falling from 1,200 nearly a decade ago to just 50 today. The drop is credited to sustained security operations, community engagement, and the neutralization of 28 high-value targets, including leaders of Abu Sayyaf Maute and Bangsamoro Islamic freedom fighters. Large-scale attacks and recruitments have stopped since 2016, and areas like Basilan, Jolo, and Sulu show signs of economic recovery. AFP programs supporting militant reintegration also helped, though the military remains vigilant against global extremist threats. Now, the Office of the Ombudsman has ordered ex-Mexico Pampanga Mayor Teddy Tumang and several other officials to respond to a graft complaint over allegedly overpriced land for a new municipal hall and public market. An NBI investigation found the properties were purchased at up to 700% above prior costs, bypassing feasibility studies, appraisals, and public hearings, and were outside the municipality's zoning plan. The irregularities point to a possible coordinated effort favoring private landowners, based on documents from the House Committee on Public Accounts. The National Grid Corporation of the Philippines assured consumers that electricity supply is stable this holiday season, with yellow or red alerts unlikely unless typhoons or sudden plant failures occur. And GCP reminded households to use power responsibly during peak demand. The Independent Electricity Market Operator of the Philippines warned that rising demand in the Visayas' dependence on imported power could push prices higher next year. Luzon's peak demand is expected to climb at 5%, and unplanned outages may trigger price spikes, while scheduled maintenance during peak periods is prohibited. Celebrity couple Meghan Young and Michael Daez are celebrating their first Christmas at home with their baby Leon, keeping the holiday intimate with family and friends. Meghan highlighted a cozy, family-centered celebration, while Michael added they plan to simply stay with family and enjoy good food. Now, the De La Salle University defeated the University of the Philippines 80-72 in Game 3 of the UAAP Season 88 Men's Basketball Finals, claiming their 11th title and second under Coach Topex Robinson. Mike Phillips shone in his final college game, while Voris Marasigan delivered key shots in the closing minutes to seal the win. The fourth-seeded Green Archers overcame top-seed National University in the semifinals and rallied from a 66-67 deficit in the last 2 minutes. Over 24,000 fans witnessed the thrilling winner-take-all match at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Now, a quick look at today's horoscope. Today calls for reflection and appreciation, Aries. Consider what in your life is tangible versus intangible, and recognize the value of what may not be immediately visible. In your personal and professional life, connections, feelings, and support systems may feel less concrete, but they are just as real, as if not more so, than physical objects. Allow your heart to feel full and embrace these intangible riches as meaningful before seeking proof. Opportunities for clarity and deeper understanding are strong today. Trust what you feel and value unseen treasures. Now, Katribo, did you know that on this day, December 18th of 1856, Graciano Lopez Haina was born in Haro, Iloilo? Lopez Haina became a leading voice of the Filipino reform movement against Spanish colonial rule. As a young man, he wrote the satirical tale Fray Botod, exposing the abuses of friars which forced him to flee Spain. There, he co-founded and edited La Solidaridad, the newspaper advocating for Philippine reforms, and spoke tirelessly against the oppression. Known as the fighting Filipino journalist, he inspired generations with his courage and intellect. Lopez Haina died of tuberculosis on January 20th, 1896, leaving a legacy as one of the triumvirate of Filipino propagandists alongside Marcelo H. del Pilar and Jose Rizal. Now, this morning's viral story is the Saja Boys. And no, I mean not the Korean group, but the Filipino version. The clip has already reached 3.7 million views. The video shot from the audience shows a segment of the ABS-CBN Christmas special featuring Darren Espanto, Donnie Pangilinan, Carl Echari, Edward Barber, and the very random Roby Domingo, dancing and singing to Soda Pop from the movie K-Pop Demon Hunters. And that's all for now, mga katribo. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap for Tribune News on Q.